On your fast track to 7 around the clock and all over town, street crews and contractors are taking down what this multi-day storm has dumped on the valley.
Yeah, our very own Kellen Harmon is live joining us this morning near I-94 in West Fargo, showing us some real-time conditions. Hey there, Kellen.
Yeah, good morning, guys. We're here near the Cheyenne exit of I-94 in West Fargo, and this is the last exit that's open on I-94 all the way over in Dickinson on the western part of the state. So all these cars here, they're going to be turning off on Cheyenne. And I don't know if you can see behind me, you can see the wind blowing across the road. You can see it blowing in front of the lights here. It's just like a white mist. Earlier we were in Fargo neighborhoods and it didn't seem like there was that much snow. It seemed like it was just a fine powder. When you come out here, it's much different perspective. And I-94 is better than it was yesterday, but it is still tough. There's still slippery gunk all over the lane, so you're going to want to be careful on there. I even got stuck yesterday trying to get food yesterday. So make sure you're packing a shovel. That will save the day. We lost a lot of good men at the Arby's on 12th. So be safe and make sure you have equipment and take some extra care on your way to work this morning. Reporting live in West Fargo, Kellen Harmon, back to you guys.
Yeah, all bundled up there. Hopefully you're keeping warm, shoveling every sidewalk by sidewalk here in Fargo-Moorhead as he's done. But Kellen reporting live, thank you.
Time now for a look at our storm team forecast. Let's head right on over to meteorologist Lisa Green.
Well, good morning. We're not quite done with this system just yet. We're adding a little more snow to the mix, and the wind is still out there whipping things up. So we've got that blizzard warning that's been extended now until 6 o'clock this evening. So we're looking at basically right at the Devil's Lake area, points south into the James River Valley, back over to Valley City and Lisbon area, all included in that blizzard warning until 6. That's where the wind is likely to be strongest and last the longest, along with, of course, any falling snow. Now, just east of there, a winter weather advisory. Grand Forks, Fargo included, kind of right in the heart of the valley there. That's where we're looking at some issues with blowing snow from time to time. We're still getting some snow, so still hazardous, but maybe not quite to the level that what they'll be experiencing a little farther west. And just a couple of counties there in red, still under a winter storm warning, including Traverse County in Minnesota. So here's a look at the latest radar. You can see that we've got those scattered snow showers still making their way through the region. They're not as intense as they were, and they're more widely scattered, but they're still out there. And you're going to have to do some clearing up today, just like they're doing down at or up into the Devil's Lake area at the home of Economy Skycam. There you can see multiple vehicles working on clearing the snow. Here's a look at our temperatures. In Devil's Lake, it's only 18 degrees. That's not bad for this time of year, but we've been so warm this week with this event that's going to feel a lot chillier, especially when we factor in the wind. We do have a sub-zero wind chill right now there at 1 below. It feels like 16 in Bemidji, even though we're at 26 degrees. Moorhead, Fargo, and Grand Forks into the mid-20s, but single-digit wind chills right now. So, again, cold for anybody who's out working on clearing the snow, and windy, too. Northern Valley, you can see it's west, where we have some of our strongest gusts into the 30s, and even Grand Forks, a gust to 36 miles per hour. That wind blasting in out of the north still in Jamestown, a gust to 37 miles per hour there, but still seeing some gusts into the east, into the 20s as well. So it'll be tapering off for those of us in the east today a little bit sooner, but we are going to see that chance for some snow off and on through the day today, and the wind as well. So this is something that's going to be an issue for us all day. It gets better heading into the nighttime hours tonight beyond our planner here, but it's going to take its time. So we're still working on cleaning up. We're still having to deal with more falling snow. I'm thinking a lot of places in that 1 to 3 inch range for your final totals for today, adding on to, of course, the entire storm event. And then into this weekend, tapering off Saturday, but look at those temperatures. It's going to feel a lot colder this weekend. It gets worse, though, unfortunately, heading into next week. So now's your time, once that snow ends, to get it cleared up before it hardens up with this Arctic air that's taking over for next week. We're looking at several days in a row below zero. So we're getting hit with all of that winter weather that Mother Nature has to offer here over the next couple of weeks. And at least this first round is going to be winding down today.
Yeah, at least. 'Tis the season. We got back-to-back first alert weather weeks to look forward to. Thank you for the updates this morning, Lisa. All right, let's jump right on over to Jordan for some real-time travel conditions this morning.
Yeah, 'tis the season for icy roads as well. That's what we're looking at here with our North Dakota DOT map. Whole state shaded in red. That means no travel advised. In fact, we even have some pretty major roads that are closed here this morning. I-94 from West Fargo on over to Dickinson, closed. That red line right there. I-29 from South Fargo to the South Dakota border also closed this morning. So the only interstate that's currently open out of the metro is I-29 going north, but even that is some tricky travel here this morning. We also have Highway 281 south of Jamestown that is closed. We have Highway 52 going northwest of Jamestown, also closed this morning. Highway 46, which runs to the south and parallel with I-94, closed this morning. And then Highway 2 going from the start of Ramsey County to the west, closed this morning. Goes right through Devil's Lake. So you got to watch out there. All these little icons that you see on the map, those red exclamation points, means that there's going to be some difficulty on the road. There could be drifting, could be a car stalled out or something of that nature. Taking a look at Minnesota maps here, I-94 in the state of Minnesota, partially to fully snow covered. We actually look like we just have a crash that popped up here or a spin out something. Let's see what we got going on. Just near Otter Tail, Minnesota, we have a stalled vehicle and a lane blocked there. And with this lower visibility, if you're coming up on a stalled vehicle, it could spell trouble. Taking a look at Highway 10, partially to fully covered with snow this morning. Around Grand Forks, Thief River Falls, those roads fully covered with snow this morning. The highway going into Bemidji this morning as well is partially covered to fully covered. All of this snow, heavy wet snow and that ice is also causing some power outages here for the region. Let's take a look at Minnesota. Doesn't look too good there right now this morning. 34,860 customers without power in our area, one of the biggest counties with folks without power. Hubbard County, more than 1,000 customers without power in Hubbard County. Let's take a look here at the state of North Dakota to see what folks are dealing with there when it comes to these power outages here this morning. It looks like, that has ticked up since we've last been on this morning. That's not good. 2,353 customers without power. Grand Forks County, actually, one of the big areas. 1,500 customers without power right now this morning in Grand Forks County. It looks like it's coming from Nodak Electric Cooperative. So if that's your provider, you might be waking up to those blinking alarm clocks. Anyway, we're going to be keeping you updated all morning long on the Valley today and on the VNL News app with these road conditions and power outages. Ashlyn?
Yeah, thank you for that real-time update, Jordan. It's been a crazy week for school closings and switch-ups across the valley, but things are beginning to look a little closer to normal. More than 70 districts have checked in with us overnight, with about half saying they're starting a few hours late today, so be mindful of those start times as they are delayed. That includes West Fargo, DGF, Wahpeton, Breckenridge, Kindred, Grand Forks, and East Grand Forks, and Crookston. There are also a lot more, including some cancellations and virtual learning days, so check our closings scrolling at the bottom of your screen or on our website, valleynewslive.com. Or, of course, check your school's website as well. A Minnesota mechanic has a warning for people and their snow blowers: avoid ethanol. John Stolley of St. Paul says he's been getting calls for repairs all week long and is finding one thing that's causing 90% of the problems that he's seeing.
He says that ethanol in gasoline is poison for small engines. It's organic and it attracts moisture, and he recommends ethanol-free fuel for your snowblower. The other tip: know where you're clearing, so that way they're not doing repairs on people who maybe ran over something like a rock or a branch while they're blowing that snow.
Look at this. It's a television engineer's worst nightmare. 2 towers in South Dakota collapsed under an accumulation of ice from this week's winter storm. An 1,800-foot KDLO tower fell Wednesday morning.
And then later that morning, a second 800-foot tower collapsed, taking out a power line. That's for Kello TV out of Sioux Falls. They are still available, though, through DirecTV, Dish Network, cable and streaming providers, but their on-air services will be impacted until that tower can be restored. We'll take a look at this video right here. North Dakota shuts down those interstates for a reason, and when they do, troopers are often stationed near those gates to block that traffic.
Yesterday, a patrol dash cam caught a semi on I-94 near Jamestown smashing right into a gate right in front of the trooper, who had to back up in a hurry to get out of the way. The driver may be fined because the highway had been shut down at 2 p.m. This crash happened after 3.
Yeah, if we could get that video full so people can see exactly what's going on here with that semi as it tries to go behind that gate. Otherwise, we do it right there is that video. The semi just plows right through that gate. Scary situation. They close it for a reason.
And if you'll remember, we had live coverage from Jamestown earlier this week. Luckily, Nishay made it back safely, but be mindful even as you head out to end out your week, everybody. Stay safe.